Hey, what's going on? It's Joe in Vegas. Going to do a review of Guns N' Roses. They played over here at the new Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders are going to play. I haven't done a review in a while. I'm going to try doing more of these so that YouTube doesn't shut my ass down, tell me I don't have enough original content like last time. So here goes. Let me start by saying, since I was a little kid, I've been a huge Guns N' Roses fan. Probably my favorite band of all time, up there with the Beatles. But Beatles is more reminiscing, and you don't get to see them live that often. You get to see McCartney and Ringo when they come on tour, but you never get to see them as a band anymore. So it's a little more nostalgic love of Beatles and appreciation of the music. Guns N' Roses has been with me since I was a kid. I've been a fan since the beginning. My second concert, I think I was in sixth grade, was GNR opening for Aerosmith at Irvine Meadows Amphitheater in LA. My third concert, which was a year or so later, I got to see Guns N' Roses open for Rolling Stones at the Coliseum in LA. So epic. Probably one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. I've been going to concerts since I was a little kid, obviously. And GNR, I've seen probably 15, maybe more times in my entire life. I've seen every version of them. Axl when he had the newer band, and solo. I've seen Slash with Miles Kennedy and the Snake Pit and all that. And it's been great seeing them back together. I wish Izzy would be in the band, and I wish they let Steve tour with them. But it is what it is. Duff, Axl, and Slash together is still magic for me. And I've seen them since the reunion. I think this will be my fourth or fifth time since they got back together. So it's always a treat to get to see them. I always say the same thing when everybody asks me, how does Axl sound? Uh, he's older. We're all older. The type of music that he sings, the what it takes for his voice to hit certain notes or to yell, it's not easy to do. It wasn't easy to do back then. I can't imagine how difficult it is to do now. But he gives it everything he got, and everything he's got, and it sounds pretty damn good. And you know what? They deliver. They give every single time they play. It's 3.5 hours. They look pretty good, I think. They sound really good, I think. Slash looks incredible and sounds incredible. Duff looks incredible and sounds incredible. The music sounds incredible. At the end of the day, it's a testament to how good their music was. Their music is incredible. And even if Axl is not 100% on the vocals, if he's at 80% on the vocals, it's great. It's still great. It's still a great show. It's a great night out to get drunk, go down memory lane, and just rock your fucking ass off for 3 hours. So, getting into the show, I haven't seen them in a massive stadium like this in 20 something years. So, I don't enjoy large stadium shows. I just don't. I think even with great tickets, and I had good seats, we were down on the floor. We were probably 20 rows behind the pit, and even with that, you still feel pretty disconnected from the stage because it's just so fucking big. The place is just so fucking big. There's more people. Everything's longer. The lines for the bathroom are longer. The lines for the drinks are longer. Getting in is harder. Getting out is harder. I found pretty distracted by how many people are constantly walking up and down the aisles during the show. It's just there's just more people. And there's more fights, and there's more people who are there that don't really give a shit, so they're all talking to each other during songs, and during ballads, you hear the fucking conversation behind you. That kind of stuff I don't like. So, as far as the venue, I'm not. This is my second show at Allegiant. I went to go see Garth Brooks a couple months ago. I should probably do a review on that, but I just don't like the big shows. I prefer to see them more intimate, and when I say intimate, I mean a 20,000 person arena versus a 65, 70, 80,000 person stadium. So it's a big difference for me. But going down the set list, they pretty much sing. They can't sing everything. They have so many great songs over the years. I still don't like it when they throw some covers in there of stuff that's not theirs. When there's other songs that they could be playing, that always bothers me. But set list is pretty on point. Starts with "It's So Easy," Mr. Brownstone. They give you just a good throwback to Appetite right out of the gate for the fans. The fans were really there for some of the older rockin'. You get your fill right out of the gate. Goes into Chinese Democracy. I understand why he plays stuff from that album. I still think that was pretty good. I think there's a lot of it's I'm not a fan of, but there's a good 3 or 4 or 5 songs on there that are really good. I think are really good. So Chinese Democracy is not one of those, and he still plays it, and I understand why. Next, he goes into Slither, which is a great cover of of a Velvet Revolver song. And again, I understand why he did it. Velvet Revolver was awesome. I was a huge fan of Velvet Revolver, and it's a pin, it's a medal on what Slash and Duff did without him, and it's a kind of a nod of a tip of a hat of like, hey, you guys did some fucking great shit without us. So Slither's great. I actually wish he played a little more Velvet Revolver. Double Talk and Jive. I don't know why the fuck he plays that. Honestly, there's so much out there. I don't know why he would play that. Well, he always does. Welcome to the Jungle is the anthem, the classic. It's what the diehard fan, the people who are not diehard fans, they're there to see, and it's just they deliver. They deliver on it. Better, which is one of the better songs, ironically, from Chinese Democracy. I think it's probably the best song from Chinese Democracy. I'm always a fan of that song. It sounds like an old Guns N' Roses song. Estranged, just awesome. Live and Let Die, classic cover of the Wings song. Just great song for live performances. I mean, you just can't do better. Now, that's when I noticed something that I haven't seen in any other Guns N' Roses show. There was no pyro. They're usually, especially with that song, when he goes, Live and Let Die, usually the freaking pyro goes crazy on that song. Flames are shooting out, all the rock, all the lasers and fire and everything goes crazy. Didn't have it. And that's when I said, whoa, I don't know why this is weird. They don't have any sort of pyro at all, which was noticeable for me, for someone who's seen. You're Crazy, another great throwback to the old Appetite stuff. Awesome. Rocket Queen, probably my top one or two GNR songs, and they always make it longer. They really extend it in these shows. I don't know why they do that. Again, I'd rather them not extend that Rocket Queen an extra 3 minutes and then play something off of Appetite or something. And play, they didn't play My Michelle at all, so throw that in instead of an extended Rocket Queen. He always does it. I don't know why they do that. It's whatever. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They've been doing this so long, they're going to play what they want to play. But at the end of the day, I don't understand the covers. I don't understand the extended Rocket Queen. You can throw My Michelle. You can throw any of that. 14 Years. There's so many songs that you can throw in there. So just don't know why he does it. You Could Be Mine. Great fucking song. Always loved that song off Terminator. I think it was on actually Appetite in the end, but it was in the Terminator 2 movie, and that's how I always associate it in my head because of that video at the Roxy. But love that song. He did I Want to Be Your Dog as a Stooges cover. Duff sang it. I don't know why. I can keep repeating myself. I just don't know why they do that. There's so many GNR songs that they can play. I just don't know why they do covers. They've always done it. I just don't know why they do it. Then they played Absurd, which is their new song. I don't like it. I know it was an old leftover from Chinese Democracy era called, I think, Silkworm or something. I don't like it. I don't like the way he sounds on it. I don't like the song. I think it's shit, to be honest with you. And I can't believe that they're kind of promoting that a little bit as a new Guns N' Roses song, because I think it's a mistake. Again, I would have rather heard something else off of Appetite. Literally every song off of Appetite and just about every song off of Use Your Illusions is fantastic. So I don't know why they would waste time with that, but it is what it is. Civil War, great. Absolutely love that song. One of my favorite GNR songs. Just a perfect song in my opinion. Slash's guitar solo. He used to do Godfather. He didn't do The Godfather, which I always looked forward to. I always thought that was awesome. He didn't do it. Sweet Child of Mine, the other anthem that the non-diehard fans are there for. I mean, it's just an incredible song, and it's Sweet Child of Mine. You know what it is. November Rain, also just one of the best live songs, one of the best guitar solos, in my opinion, of all time. Another time in the show when I realized there's no pyro. I used to love... Slash used to get up on top of the piano and do his solo, and it would rain down. That fireworks would just rain down, and it was so magical. It was such an emotional, unbelievable moment, and they got rid of it. I think on the last show I saw them, they didn't have the pyro raining down, but at least they had on the back screen, they had the video of the pyro, of the fireworks kind of raining down on him. It looked like rain, and they didn't have any of that. So that was also the second time I realized in the show that something is off. I don't know if things weren't working or it's something with the new stadium, if they don't allow pyro. I'm not sure, but it's a noticeable difference when they don't have it. It really is. I kind of grew an appreciation for all the pyrotechnics and stuff like that during the show. When you don't have it, you see how much it takes away from the performance. They did Wichita Lineman, which I think they did the last few times I saw them. I don't fucking understand it. I don't know. Axel, if you ever hear this, stop playing these. I know you do it, and you're Axel, and you can do whatever the fuck you want, but stop, dude. There's so many great fucking songs out there that you can play, that you don't play, that you skip. And I don't know why you do this. I just don't understand it. So, Patience, the classic, so good. He sounds so good. It's such a great song. It builds up. It's just perfection. Knocking on Heaven's Door, also a cover, but they made it their own 25 years ago, and it's been theirs ever since. And it's great. And it's great. This is the one time the bigger shows, I think, might be a little better when they do the back and forth with the crowd. The bigger crowd obviously has a bigger effect when they sing it back. So that's great. That was great. Night Train, awesome. One of their best songs also, I think. Just great rocking song. Then the fake encore, come back out. They do Madagascar, which I love. That's one of the also songs from Chinese Democracy that I think is great. I think, don't quote me on it. I think Madagascar might predate Chinese Democracy, and he just released it on that album. I'm not sure about that, but also sounds a little bit like an older Guns N' Roses song, not something from that Chinese Democracy era. But I could be wrong about that. But I like that song. He plays it at the last since the reunion. He plays it all the time, and I have no problem with it. Did Don't Cry, also great, classic GNR, as good as it gets ballad. I mean, just so good. He did The Seeker, which he's been doing. It's also cover of the Who song. He's been doing that for a long time. Also, back to the same. I don't know why he does it. I don't know why he just. There's so many Guns N' Roses songs. I don't know why he does it. And then the end, they always close out with Paradise City, and this is when I was actually really upset. They didn't even forget the pyro. They didn't have confetti. And anybody who's seen Guns N' Roses, the ending of Paradise City between the pyrotechnics and the confetti going crazy and the down, it does something to you mentally. It is the greatest song to close out a show. I always said they blow everybody out of the fucking room on Paradise City at the end. It's just the song, the confetti raining down. You can't see 2 feet in front of your face. You feel like it's almost orgasmic. I hate this. It's true. I mean, it's like this massive release after a 3.5 hour show where you're having one of the best nights you've had in a long time, if ever, and then it closes out on such a crazy high. Just think about the song playing and confetti raining down, and they didn't have the confetti, and they didn't have pyro, and they took away. I'll be honest, it took away from it. I think it ended a little more on a whimper than it usually does. I usually wait the whole show for that big Paradise City blow you out the fucking back of the room finale, and it didn't come. It didn't happen, and I was a little bit disappointed with that, and that closed it out. All in all, great show. I would personally rather see them in a smaller venue than the big ones, but I get it. They're that size. They are a stadium band now. They're up there with Rolling Stones, and they're up there with Coldplay and U2 and these other bands that can do stadium tours on their own. And let me add one thing too. The opener. I didn't talk about the opener. So the opener was Mammoth, Van Halen, WVH, Wolfgang Van Halen's band. He's great. This kid is fucking great. I mean, he is just a talented kid. He writes good music. It sounds like good old classic rock and roll. Look, he needs a little stage presence, but he's an opening act. I mean, the guy just stood there and played, but that's what he does. I mean, I'm pretty sure he played every instrument on that album. I'm pretty sure that's how he does it, and he sings. And it's a shame his dad not alive to see the success, but I'm sure Eddie's watching from somewhere. But with that gene pool coming down to Wolfgang, it's nice. It's nice to see. It's nice that Axl gave him that opportunity to open for them. He's going to get a lot more fans, and well deserved. But going back to Guns N' Roses, I have no complaints. Money well spent, time well spent. I've been staying away from concerts because of the COVID. I almost didn't go because of this, but when I waited out, Rock and Roll won and Guns N' Roses won, and it wasn't easy to sit in a stadium of 65,000 people. Most people weren't wearing masks. So if you're going to shows, stay safe. Try to wear your mask. I'll be honest, mine came down halfway through. It's when you're drinking all night, you just end up leaving it down. So if you're not going to wear your mask, fill your whole fucking mouth up with some hard alcohol and whiskey, and just no way a COVID can get in that mouthful of Jack Daniels. It's impossible to live in there. And that's pretty much the review. Go see the show. If it comes to town, go see it. Support them. GNR is one of the best. Hopefully we'll get a new album in the next year or two, and they'll keep on touring as long as they can do it, and they've been doing a pretty good job at it. So go see them. Highly recommended show. It always is. They've never disappointed me. They won't disappoint you. If you can do it, just if you're going to see them and you can afford it, try to get tickets as close to possible, because these stadium shows, you're just so fucking far away, and it takes away from it. You start to feel disconnected, or you really spend the whole night watching the show off the screen, and you don't want to do that. You want to just enjoy it. I took a lot of video. I'm not going to post it. I think I posted one Don't Cry from my thing. The reason is the last Guns N' Roses show I went to at Caesar's Palace, I posted 10 amazing videos, and they shut down my whole YouTube channel. Guns N' Roses filed a complaint. I got a copyright strike on every single one of those videos from the same night, and YouTube shut down my whole channel for good. I lost 5,000 followers and almost 1,000 concert videos. So I posted one. If they report me, it'll only be one copyright strike, but unfortunately I'm not going to post the other ones. It's just not worth the risk. But it's a great show. Go see it. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you at the next show.